It is strange to not be standing in front of a congregation of people as I talk to you. In this time, when we are separating ourselves and dealing with the darkness of an illness, we have readings that remind us that Christ is the light. No matter the darkness, Christ is our light, and as Paul calls to the Ephesians, live as children of the light. Jesus in our gospel helps us to see all different ways people respond to unexpected events as he shares his love and care by healing the sight of a blind man. Jesus sees this man and sees all the possibilities he has. He knows that this man has much potential and that God has work to be proclaimed through him. But then consider all the different characters and how much we are like them as we deal with unexpected events. The man born blind seems to be happy, has accepted the way that life is for him. Jesus' healing, though, gives him new insights, gives him sight of the world around him. So, how often are we blind, especially blind to God's calling to us to be light in our communities? Think about how Samuel did not want to reject Saul as king, and how much trouble he had seeing the potential in David, the youngest son, who doesn't fit what Samuel's expectations were for a king. But we are children of the light, and we look for that potential in everyone. We look to help everyone identify how God has gifted them and blessed them. The disciples demonstrated different behavior, looking for someone to blame when something unexpected happens. The disciples, after meeting the blind man, are asking Jesus, who sinned, the man or his parents, that he was born blind? Looking for somebody to hold accountable. Instead, Jesus demonstrates for us that we should be looking at how God's work is revealed through the unexpected dark events we are working through. Where is God right now? How can we share God so that we see God in all of the things that we are doing? Because it is really God working through us. Then there are all those neighbors who kept questioning if this man who could now see was the man they had known as blind from birth. They keep questioning him instead of celebrating that he can now see, that he has a different way of being. So think about all the people you know right now, people and companies that are stepping up and making changes in their lives and businesses to accommodate our need to deal with this virus. Changes that are not always pleasant for them, but changes nonetheless. And they are sharing, though, the light of Christ for those that are making those changes as we celebrate the efforts they are doing. And as we make changes ourselves individually so that we stay well and so that others are kept well and can heal. And of course, then there are the Pharisees, the leaders who reject Christ's care and forgiveness. They want their rulers to be followed. They want everything to fit as it always has. They want things to be the same. And Jesus keeps upsetting their plans. Jesus heals. He heals a man who's been blind from birth. And then he does it on the Sabbath day. How dare he do that in the Pharisees' mind? But he does it anyway. And so it is that we continue to challenge ourselves to see the good, to see how Jesus is healing. We are called to be children of the light. We're reminded that Christ is the light of the world, And he continues to open our eyes to see ourselves in all these characters at different times. And in this time, it's important for us to be open to new ways to worship, new ways to stay in touch, new ways to share the light of Christ in the world. And as we do what is necessary to provide healing for ourselves, for our communities and our nation, and actually all around the world, Christ is with us and is giving us the light of hope to share and to become comforted with, because this too will give us new opportunities to see God's work in this place. Amen.